you guys...
This is my E3 footage of Lyndon's game.
Is this on? You can just talk about it, so you don't have to. Okay. Jesse, can you shut the game down, please? Thanks so much. You guys, if you think the monitors can be distracting, please just shut them off. If you can pay attention with the monitors on, that's okay too. I don't want to be interrupting the presentation, so to get people back on track. Okay? Really stoked to hear about these games, and it's going to be fun to share them because, like I said, you guys have worked on these for 5 weeks. That's probably the longest school project you've ever worked on ever. So, here we go. There. Lyndon, take it away.
All right. Hi. Welcome, everyone.
The mic's on. They're just. How do I do that? There's a button on the side. This one. That's cool.
This is good. Something Nathan brought up to me right before I came up here was he said, this is kind of like our own E3, but in our school. He's right. And that's a bad thing.
Everybody's gonna think that he's talking about you, and you're gonna be so embarrassed.
It's called Shooty, Shooty, Bang, Bang.
Oh, Shooty.
So, sorry? That way. That way. Switch slide. What I wanted the game to be when I started development was I wanted it to be a top-down shooter similar to Nuclear Throne. So you run around, you shoot things with guns, and they die. That's the main issue with the game. So
It's a revolutionary concept.
when I started development, if you could switch to the next slide, please. I said, okay, so I'm going to put my own spin on the top-down shooter genre. You have 2 different guns. One is named Shooty, one is named Bang. Either one is correspondent to a specific enemy, and either one kills that specific enemy. So currently, you only see a red dot on the screen and 2 enemies. The red dot kills both of them, but you can shoot a blue dot that I'm going to work on making so that it only kills a specific enemy. And then later on in the game development stage, if you can switch to the next slide, please. I plan on
It's just like E3.
It is. Okay, so one of the mechanics that I want to incorporate into this is I play a lot of Borderlands, and Borderlands is a lot of fun to me because there are skill trees, and I can make my character however I want it. So I'm going to put that in this game. So there's going to be multiple different classes that you can choose from, and you can have different perks and different classes that do whatever you want to do, and however you want to play the game. Next slide, please. Some of the issues I encountered with development were mostly key detection and hit detection. Now the issue with key detection was there were multiple different functions in the P5JS library that detected keys. So when I used one to detect a key, it was like, okay, it's detecting a key on the keyboard. And then I would use a function called key release. When a key is released on the keyboard, it says something was not pressed now, so I'm going to not do that thing. The issue with that is it doesn't whenever any key is pressed. So I had to switch that pretty quickly. That did not work. Then the issue with hit detection was if you're calling upon a sprite inside of a function, it doesn't want to call across functions. So it will call on something within the setup function, which is the thing that sets up your window, and then it will call on anything inside of the draw function. Now the issue there is I have spreads drawing in multiple different functions that get called with if statements. So when I call on hit detection for a sprite and an enemy, it says, this doesn't exist. What are you talking about? And then I say, but it does exist. It's right there. You can see it. I can see it. What are you doing? So what I had to do was I had to take my setup function, and I had to take all the different spreads I had called in separate functions, and I had to all put them in a line in the setup function and say, just draw them at first. Just do that, and then remove them. And then we're fine. Next slide, please. What I plan this game to be is I want to get it at least up to a beta state. I have a lot of fun when coding, and I have a lot of fun just making games. It's a lot of fun to just go through code and come up with some sort of idea that you have in your head and be like, I want to do that, and then do it yourself and have it be something big and have it done. And I want to get my game at least up there so that I can be proud and have it get some recognition and be there and playable. Next slide, please. Do I plan to work on this after this class is over? Of course I do. I plan on this being a big part of my life. I plan on this being my profession at some point because I really like making games. I work on this constantly when at home. I pretty much never stop. Mr. Gillingham asked me this morning, did you sleep at all this weekend? No, I didn't. It was fun. It was ramen, coffee, monsters, and my computer screen. My eyes are bleeding.
Don't lie to us.
My eyes are bleeding. You can see it. Don't talk to me. I'm Todd Howard.
A bad game designer?
Yeah, this is just the start of my draw function, by the way. There's about 500 lines of code in the rest of that. It's scary. Now, I think Mr. Gillingham has my game already, seeing as it was a pain to give it to him already because I forgot my USB at home, so he had to lend me one of his. But this is the end of my presentation. But after that, if anyone wants to play it, you can talk to him or you can talk to me, and I can give you the alpha files currently.
Yeah, you know what, let's put it all together. Great presentation.
And support us on Patreon.
Yeah.
Support us on Patreon.
Then we just want to stick around for a second just to help us through the loading here. Everybody log into the classroom there. I've attached the zip file to the classroom. The last thing. I've been able to watch this game kind of develop all the way through, so I'm super stoked for you guys to try what we did. It's crazy. I'm also stoked to see what ends up happening with this in the future. So, Google Classroom, latest thing on the screen here. This is a zip file. If you are in my computer science class, you know how to work with these. If you are not, you may not know how to do that. So, first thing, you need to right click on the zip file and open the link in a new tab. You right click it, and say open link in new tab. It will then give you the option to download the zip file. Here's the download button right there. So once again, we right click the zip file off of Classroom. Open link in new tab.
Put it in incognito window.
And then you're going to want to download the files. Just so you know, we can't just download this as a zip, we need to extract it as well. So I'll walk you through the extraction process, which should start loading up down here in the folder. Should have a little zipper on it there. Nathan, can you start loading this up?